Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of Let's Play Battlefield Vietnam. Our easy victory in the Gulf of Tonkin does not appear as easy as we expected it to be. The Americans are launching a multilateral assault against our forces, taking over base after base, in spite of the fact that we have better equipment and better organization. We still have more manpower, we still outnumber them, and this means that we continue to have the advantage. This will prove crucial as we launch our attempts to evict the Americans from the islands that they've captured here in the Gulf of Tonkin. Because they're currently infringing on Vietnam's sacred sovereignty, and we can't allow this to continue. So we're coming onto this island. Unfortunately, a greater fog has set itself down on here, but that fog won't stop me from blowing up every single American here, even if they take our tanks. Even if they try to use our own weapons against us, we will stop them. We will leave them reeling from our assaults. We will tell these Yankees quite clearly, we will express to them that we are an independent and proud people. The kind that will never submit to America's imperial intentions. Unfortunately, I believe that an American just took that helicopter. We'll try and shoot him down if we can. Although I can't catch a sight of him. Which is very, very irritating to say the very least. And I should very, very, very much stop saying the word very as often as I do. Anyhow, we won't allow the Americans to continue their campaign. We'll stop them at every single turn. We will show them that we will not allow ourselves to be treaded upon. We are an independent and glorious people, and we are going to give Mr. Lyndon B. Johnson the shock of a lifetime. Not only are we going to endure the American assaults, but we are going to throw them back. We are going to rebuke them in every possible way. Not a single American soldier will be left standing after this. Of that much you can be assured. The Americans have, however, launched further attacks on our bases. They're taking our airfield, which is the key to our dominance. We've got to stop this right now if we want to be in with a chance of any victory. And that's what we're going to do immediately after we capture this base. We've retaken Bogged Island. Also known as Buy Two Get One Free Island. Now we're going to see which one we get free. I'm assuming we're going to be able to retake that American base and crush it. We will show these Yankee oppressors just what we mean. Because this is a battle for the future of Vietnam as we know it. Because the Democratic Republic of Vietnam's future hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, somewhere in this fog, there are American troops. And we've located them. And to add to this fog, we've got smoke coming out of the back of our tank. It's not really an aesthetic that I enjoy. We'll have to fire blindly and hope for the best. Hopefully that was the guy who was shooting at us. Because if there's anybody else that I have to fire at, we'll be in for a confrontation indeed. Well, there's one guy, but he doesn't see us or hear us. So we'll slash the two of them with our machete. 3, actually. And they just keep spawning and spawning and spawning, and we can just keep slitting and slitting their throats. It's beautiful. This is Ho Chi Minh's dream right here, being fulfilled. That's what a free Vietnam looks like. Yankee corpses getting brutalized with Vietnamese machetes. And I'm fighting to achieve that future. A future that we can believe in. Fortunately enough, we've retaken the airfield. The Americans have been confounded in their vile, putrid attempts to infringe on our sovereignty. And at the very same time, this bay is being guarded by one of our comrades in a tank. Using our Tokarev TT-33 pistol, we have eliminated the one American who appeared to be threatening us. And now we'll see if there's anything else that we can put to use over here. We'll regroup with a few of our comrades here who have assembled in the bay. And he was killed by an American. Magnificent. I'm gonna get out of the way of their fire then. I've learned my lesson. Now let's hit the floor. I apologize, by the way, a bit late to be honest for an apology, but I apologize to my epileptic viewers, if there's any, for the terrible sight of this fog. It's hurting me, so I can just assume that it's not too good for anybody else either. And the Americans have swiftly dispatched us. I can't say that I'm glad about that. But I'm going to get back at them with a helicopter. We're going to go over the fog and we're going to attack their aerial base. We're going to evict them, and not only are we going to evict them, but we're also going to capture the very fancy military hardware that they've been building up in anticipation of their assault. Come to think of it, this isn't an Mi-24 helicopter. I was in fact wrong. It's extremely different from the Mi-24 gunship. And the assumption that it was an Mi-8 is correct. I apologize in advance, and I hope that nobody's gotten angry about this in the comment section. A far more primitive helicopter than the Mi-24, but also a far more realistic one. So now we'll take over this American landing strip. Or we'll try and fail to take over this American landing strip. That wasn't as nice as I expected it to be. Not as nice a landing as I hoped. We'll try our hand at some better tactics next time. For example, if we survive this fall, which we did, we'll take this boat, which, thanks to this off-board motor, is a very, very important part of our offensive. A key vehicle of the North Vietnamese Navy, of the Coast Patrol. We're cruising down the river. It'd be like Venice if it wasn't for the fact that this is the middle of a Vietnamese battlefield. Luckily for us, we've got our eyes in the sky as well, raining down death and destruction upon the American scum. But no amount of death and no amount of destruction is enough if we can't evict the Americans from this base. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to pull ourselves together to proudly shout out Tan Tung! And to launch our glorious final assault upon the positions of the Yankees. United, we shall never be defeated. This fog is really an absolute pain in the ass, though. If the developer was still working on this mod, I'd tell them to fix it. Meanwhile, we've come under fire from some mysterious Americans in the bushes. And since I can't see a goddamn thing, except this Ontos over here, which we have successfully hijacked, by the way, we'll have a hard time fighting these Americans. I'm absolutely blind. The lag being caused by this fog is ridiculous. So we're just going to stay here patiently and wait for some American bastards to show up. We've got backup though, so this isn't a totally hopeless situation. If we can recapture this base, the American forces' fate will be sealed. And this will be very good. It'll be our very first victory. Especially good considering the fact that the Americans have come down here in force. With planes, tanks, boats, everything to be honest. The full gamut. And an American eliminated me and retook the base. Well, that's life. So now we'll redeploy to our base and stop this American assault, which is appearing to threaten us directly. Vietnam is not up for grabs, you Yankee sons of bitches. This is our land and our land alone. Now I'm gonna get into the driver's seat with 2 or 3 comrades. And we're going to launch an amphibious assault on the American airstrip. Since all the while, our other comrades in arms, brave soldiers of the NVA, have begun an all-out offensive to retake that base from the Americans. That base which has proven oh so lucrative to these monopolists in their assaults upon our sovereignty. We're going to stand up for once and we're going to win. No rest for the enemies of freedom is what I say. So we can already see the silhouette of the island, of the airbase. We can see the American watch posts, which means that we can also shoot the American watch posts. Comrade Lee Kwang-sung is looking in the completely other direction, although I can understand that he's afraid of us being flanked. Meanwhile, we're going to slowly and steadily pull up next to the American base. We've got our comrade to bail out, and now we can begin our assault on the American base in earnest. We'll capture this flamethrowing vehicle, and we'll attack them. We'll attack them without remorse, without regrets. We will take them out, we will tear them a new one. As always, they're just standing here in a big clusterfuck. I guess they've got nothing better to do with their time. And now we've set their gunship on fire, and we're going to push up against it. We're burning them directly. We're poking through it with our flamethrower. And meanwhile they're trying to flee. Well, they won't succeed. I think that we've brought the gunship crashing down. I doubt that it could have taken off in such circumstances. In the meantime, we'll relaunch our rocket launch. We'll reload our rocket launcher. Blow up their gunship. Shoot this son of a bitch one more time. Reload our rocket launcher again. And prepare ourselves to seize an American gunboat. Now we've got some heavy cannons here. The perfect kind for going to war. Very heavy duty stuff. So we're going to go into combat once again. We're going to attack the Americans on the shore. And we're going to give them the bombardment of a lifetime. But not before checking to see if there's any American sons of bitches left. They've made really poor use of the weapons that they had at their disposal, to be completely honest. They could have used those boats to land on our shores and to give us hell with those cannons. But fortunately for us, they lack the brains and the communication. We Vietnamese are far more intellectually superior. And now we're just sailing along. Lovely weather we're having here. Flying the stars and stripes so we can fool these Americans into thinking that we're one of them. Avoiding the shallow water, of course. And getting ready to make a beautiful little majestic landing. If anything, we'll turn the rear of the boat to the Americans. And now we'll very carefully reverse the boat into the base. Well, an Ontos wiped us out the second we got off. But that doesn't matter. We're going to re-gear ourselves with an AK-47. We're going to go in there with the Kalashnikov, using some proper professional weaponry. We're going to jump down into this fog once more, and we're going to stop these Americans. Their imperialist schemes will meet their end. Max Harris has met his end for sure anyway. Now let's show them our proud and glorious intentions. Let's show them resolutely that we will not accept them in our country. We must shout decisively, Yankee, go home! Yankee, no yanking! You've come here expecting victory, but you will only taste the very bitterest defeat. We'll get our comrades to bail out, although they bailed out right into an American ambush. It's like one of those slow stop-motion confrontations. Everything happened in a few seconds. We shot those Americans very good, but we didn't shoot all of them. And that's what's important. The fact that we failed to kill every single one of them. You've got to decimate these sons of bitches. We've got to launch our attack relentlessly. Having no mercy whatsoever on these American sons of bitches. These insolent and sneering imperialists who try again and again to enslave our nation. Meanwhile, however, we're taking fire from the invisible Americans. The invisible hand of the free market, perhaps. We can't see a thing. It's very irritating, it's very aggravating, because they're decimating us. They're taking us down one by luring us into that accursed smoke, or fog, or whatever the fuck it is. It's all getting very, very, very annoying. And so I'm going to take off, and I'm going to shower them with rockets. And we accidentally jumped out of the helicopter and blew ourselves up. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We've got 12 frames per second right now. 12 frames. What kind of game is this? What in the name of God is going on? 12 frames per second. In a game from 2004. This is what I get for putting my graphics up to the maximum settings. At least we took out that cocksucker Edgar Miller. We'll chuck a few grenades under this American APC, see what it does to them. More Americans, huh? Well, you will do nothing, you sons of rats! We're in here with the machete, we're slicing, we're dicing. We're showing them how we do things in Vietnam. We're going to have to decimate them. We're going to have to kill them all down to the last man. That's the only solution. The final solution to this American infestation. The kind of which we haven't seen ever before. It's unprecedented. And we will have to give them an unprecedentedly powerful response. I've got no idea what's going on. I hope that my viewers have a better idea, because I am utterly confused. Now here we go. Once again, we're going in here in full battle formation, ready to give these Yankees a taste of their own medicine. And would you look at that, we're already under fire, the Americans already see us, the whole offensive is falling apart, and I am not surprised in the slightest. So we're going to hit these Americans with our best shot. We're going to fire away at them, making a few musical references like that one. We're going to blow them up. We're going to blow them sky fucking high. Or at least we would if we were going at more than 2 frames per second. Now, to be honest, my eyes are starting to hurt. And this Max Harris guy is busy causing genocide. We've lost all of our advantage over there. And it is absolutely, positively shameful. It's ridiculous. What kind of army are we? And what kind of map is this? What kind of fog is this? What the fog is going on here? I want to know. We're going to climb over this ridge no matter what. In spite of the lag, in spite of it all, we're going to get up here. And we're going to do absolutely nothing because I can't see any Americans. And our comrades are nowhere in sight. And Max Harris blew himself up. Thanks, sir. You did the world a service. Well, we're going to have to hunker in for a very long battle. This might turn into a 3-part episode. And I think that's what we'll do. In the very last episode, we will flush the Americans out. In part 6 of Battlefield Vietnam. What is supposed to be an easy victory is instead taking hours thanks to this fog. Anyhow, if you enjoy the series, which I personally am not too liable to do at the moment, do not forget to leave a like and a comment, and to subscribe to my channel to help me clear all of this fog. I have been the Nerd Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.